Okay, this is video review number 6, a very brief one on political opinion. Question: how do voters and non-voters get their opinions? Well, there's various theories about this. By and large, the research shows that people tend to vote overall the way their parents vote. This is the socialization thesis, or some people have said maybe it's a question of genetics. It's hard to tell when people are voting like their parents. People do seem to be somewhat self-interested. This is called the self-interested voter hypothesis. But in other areas, they seem quite altruistic. And that's hard to explain. Some people have tried to explain it through the idea of rational irrationality. The idea is if the cost of believing things that hurt me is very low, like if I want to have the belief that I run faster than a cheetah, it's a belief that makes me happy, and as long as I don't run into any cheetahs, it's a belief that's perfectly harmless and costless for me to have. I might as well indulge. If it makes me feel good, and if the chances of it hurting me are low, then I might as well indulge in it. Well, the same can be said for the voting booth. You might say that you can vote in ways that make you feel good, and since you're not paying the costs of your vote that much, or you're rather sharing the cost with 300 million other people, you might say that it's worth indulging in beliefs that hurt you. Okay. It's also quite likely that individuals get their information from social cues. That is to say, they might get them from elites by listening to talk shows between talking heads, or they might get their views from people around them, peers that they feel are well informed. Everybody knows somebody who pays attention to politics, even if they don't themselves pay attention to politics. And so I'm just going to vote like Bill because Bill looks like he knows what he's talking about, and I like Bill. It's hard though to figure out what people are thinking and what people believe. This is the issue of polling and the issue of measuring ideology. Polling people, asking people questions, is pretty unreliable. People tend to be inconsistent. They can be influenced by the way the question is asked. When you show up at 9 a.m. At someone's house with a clipboard, their answers don't tend to be very good, and so it's kind of hard to measure what people believe overall. It's also worth noting, in any case, that looking at what people believe doesn't really predict how they vote, because they would have to know what their candidates believe in order to be able to align their votes with the candidates, and we know that's probably not the case. And so, at the end of the day, partisanship, what party you think you're in, is going to be more important than your political ideology, whether you're conservative or liberal or something else. Moreover, and this is something that we've stressed quite a bit in this class, people are pretty underinformed anyway about politics. And this is not necessarily crazy on their part. They realize that ultimately, whether they know the name of their congressman or not, whether they know whether free trade is good or not, whether they know whether a minimum wage is going to improve or make worse the condition of low-wage workers, they know that their vote and their opinion doesn't make much of a difference at the end of the day, and so it might be rational to not invest a whole lot of time in researching the question, even if you're interested in the answer. Indeed, back to rational irrationality, it might be better. You might be better off to believe whichever view makes you feel better, or whichever view makes you more popular within your friend group. Because at the end of the day, the chances of your vote coming back to hurt you are pretty low. It's not that you won't necessarily be hurt, it's just that you'll typically share the cost of being hurt with lots of other people, and so you won't feel it so badly. Okay, that's what I have on public opinion.